Hello there, this is Zeebo after the recording as well as the mid-editing for this video. So I realized that I was actually, I'll say, jumping all over the place in terms of the ratings itself, because I think for battle drills it's quite a subjective topic in terms of how you deem whether or not a unit is good, because there are so many situations to consider. And I think the best way to read this chart, right, as I will be explaining why I put the units in the different positions later, is to consider the units on top. So if you're just here for a quick glance as to what units should be the one that you're building up for, then go for the units that are on top, right? Because they are the units that are generally for battle drills. So there are units that are on the middle line. So these units, I say they are okay, but personally I feel that you just have better options that you probably shouldn't be focusing on them first unless you have all the top tier units built up for battle drills specifically. So that's my rating, right? If the unit is in the bottom, it means that the unit is generally not usable, or you just have way better options in the first place, so you won't be developing them. So this is how you guys want to read this chart, and later on in the video I will be explaining why I put the different units in the different tiers. And let me know down in the comment section below whether or not you agree with my points and whether or not you have similar ideas in terms of the battle drill hero ratings or the battle drill team buildings itself. I'll also be working on the battle drills best bossing teams for another video as I reach the bosses itself, so stay tuned for that video. Okay, so that's it for this disclaimer. Let us start the video. Let's go. Hello everyone, this is Zeebo and welcome back to this video. So in today's video, I'm going to answer to what my viewers request, which is to do a hero ratings for the battle drills itself, to recommend the different units for battle drills, or talk about why certain units are good for battle drill and why certain units are not that good, and then rate them in terms of their power level. So for today's presentation, I think we will do the alignment chart in terms of recommending the units. So we have 4 different sides, AoE as well as bossing. So AoE are basically units which does AoE damage. They could be decent for the different contents and stuff, and they could be on top if they are decently good, right? If they are AoE but they are not that good for this game mode, then they will be somewhere in the bottom. Okay, so then we also have the bossing as well as the good bad side. So if the unit is good at bossing, right, then the unit will be on top. If the unit is okay at bossing but it's like not the best, then the unit is in the bottom. So that's how this chart works, and I'll try to make it such that if there's a unit that's omnipotent in terms of being good in both AoE as well as bossing, then I'll try to put them in the middle, right, in a centralized position, so that you guys know that this unit does this job and they actually can perform in this game mode itself. Okay, so we will start with the very first latest unit in the game, which is none other than my dear Lily Mei right here. So Lily Mei, right, Lily Mei is like here. Yeah, she's like here. Why? Because Lily Mei is just insanely good both in single target damage as well as AoE damage from the ballet itself, and she's currently like one of the best damage dealers in the game in terms of like performing both for the normal dungeons, right, the pushing side as well as the bossing side. So there are certain units which are a lot better in terms of the like bossing side, and there are certain units which are better in terms of the farming side or the dungeon pushing side. But Lily Mei is pretty much the best of both worlds, one of the best carry right now in the game generally. So I'm just going to put her there. And another unit which receives a special recommendation is none other than Odie. So Odie, I think Odie is not exactly like AoE centric, to be honest, but Odie's insta-kill ability with the EX weapon itself makes this unit insanely powerful in terms of like just killing units really fast. So technically not an AoE character, more of a single target character, but does amazing job in terms of normal dungeon because of the insta-kill, as well as just insane damage for bossing itself because of how the boss's mechanic work. Like generally Odie is like your best damage dealer for battle drills, so that's why he's in the middle, like just both good in like both spectrums. And another unit which I will recommend people to like sort of do generally is actually Merrily. So where's Merrily? Yeah, Merrily with the EX weapon. Okay, Merrily with the EX weapon, I'll say is I guess like like Merrily with the EX weapon is also pretty good for AoE because she just kills things so fast that it doesn't matter whether or not she's an AoE attacker or a single target. So bossing wise, these three, they are like the current core carries in terms of how much damage they can do, as well as like what they have to offer for the game mode itself. So that's for Merrily's case. There's also another unit which I also recommend in terms of just being really good for this game mode. Let me just find it. Yeah, obviously Smokey. So these units, right? Okay, so the reason why they are in the middle is because they basically perform both in the AoE side as well as the bossing side. So for Smokey's case, he's a little bit slow, but then like you need Smokey's heal for sustain, right? So you need Smokey's heal for sustain if your team is not as strong, and you need Smokey's buff for your other carries to do stuff. So Smokey being a just generally versatile character as well as being really strong is just really good. So these four units, I think they are pretty core in terms of like the whole content pushing in a sense, because they're just both good like as like a pusher for the normal dungeons as well as the bosses, right? The boss fights. So these are units which you keep inside the command center for as long as possible, because they just do both like routes really good. So let's say if you're somebody who does bossing, for example, if you're like somebody who's a whale who has a lot of EX15 and you do the bossing stages with the supremacy buff, then these units are good, right? If you're somebody who do like normal dungeon pushing, these units are still good, so you should probably go for them, especially for those of you guys who are like low budget or free to play. These are the units to go for, at least in terms of general versatility. In terms of the other units itself, I would like to actually put Freyasto somewhere in the middle as well. I think Freyasto, generally speaking, is pretty fine in terms of so like there's not a lot of positions, like not a lot of place for me to slot it. Okay, but anyway, I think Freyasto is probably, yeah, so somewhere in the middle as well, because Freyasto is just really good as a frontliner as well as a damage dealer, that like you pretty much want to use him for all the different dungeons, right, scenarios. So whether or not is it just normal farming or bossing, Freyasto does the job really well. In normal farming, this unit has taunt ability if you do get the levels up, and it's just really tanky. So if your units are not as strong, right, you might want the factional bonus to get the additional stats, as well as Freyasto have the ability to redirect damage to himself, so that your other carries or your other units who are weaker in the backline can survive better. So Freyasto is also really good. Both sides. Another unit which I think is amazing for both like doing the dungeons as well as bossing is I'll say Elsa. Yeah, Elsa. Okay, Elsa's more towards AoE, right? But Elsa's pretty darn close to being good for bossing as well, because there's a magical team and Elsa's amazing magical attacker. The reason why I'll put her more to the left side is because I got no space, number one, and number two, like wait, hold on, let me see. Okay, let me just readjust the units so they get layered properly. Okay, so Odie's here. Okay, Merrily's behind. Gonna put Freyasto down here. Okay, so I'll say Elsa more towards the AoE side, but Elsa's pretty darn close to being like amazing for bossing as well. There's just not enough space for me to put Elsa close. So for those of you guys who are wondering why Elsa's not good for bossing, Elsa's good for bossing. Okay, if you're in the middle, right, you're good for either side. It's just that there's not enough space, so that's why Elsa's here. But Elsa's pretty darn good because of the ultimate spamming, right, as well as the synergy for magical damage. Really powerful there. Another unit which is really good for both is Reyna. So Reyna's actually more towards the bossing side in terms of the rating, because like Reyna's good for general content push, but like honestly Reyna doesn't offer much for AoE, right? So I think I will probably put Reyna towards the extreme bossing side. So this unit is good for the bossing side, but maybe not as good for your general dungeon pushing, because you might be able to actually switch in one unit in to get that like tankiness for that unit to be the frontliner. But I would say that Reyna's used more as a bossing unit, so that's why Reyna's there. Okay, anyway, let's start with all the I think those are the top tier units. Yeah, those are the top tier units for Dream Realm. Oh, Cassidy is top tier for bossing. Yeah, this unit's top tier for bossing. Right, so that's that. Right, let's start with that's pretty much the best units. Okay, I think you guys will probably see a lot of these units around. So now let's talk about the units that are bad first, because I want to run through all of them. Then I'll talk about the other units that are in the middle, usable, pretty decent as well. So the very first unit which is bad, our Viper. Viper's not meant for like Dream Realm, because I mean, not banned for Battle Drill. Like Viperion's like Sorrow is being like this arena really, really powerful character, so that's why like Viperion's like okay, just there kind of thing. Like, you know, he's just there, but like you just have better choices. Lumon, I think Lumon's AoE prowess is definitely there, and he does have Heart of Unity, but I don't think you want to run Lumon for the Battle Drills, because this unit is like, you have better choices out there. Yeah, you have better choices in the mix compared to Lumon, like the really bad ones. So I'm not going to talk about the hamsters, because obviously nobody's going to use them. Khafra's meant to be a bossing character, but Khafra's just not really good. Because like for Khafra's case, I think the biggest issue with Khafra is there's no synergy, and you just have like better units that does what Khafra wants to do. So Khafra's not that good. Yeah. Who are the units which I think Anthendra is like close. Like, I don't think Anthendra's that good, so I will put Anthendra here, right? AoE / farming. Yeah, I'll just change this, because AoE / pushing, I think that's a better way to put it. Because for Anthendra's case, I think she's good if your team has issues surviving. She can protect like one ally and then do some AoE damage. But then again, like if you're doing damage, Anthendra's definitely not the one you want to go for. Like, I think the idea of Battle Drill is to either do as much damage as possible or survive, so that your team can just maximize the damage from there. So Anthendra fits into that second role. So if you don't have issues surviving, you probably won't be running Anthendra in the first place. So that's why she's bad there. Atalanta somewhere. I think Atalanta's more farming. Yeah, just not really good in general. Yeah, it's not really good. Niru. Yeah, Niru is also like, I think Niru can be in the middle to a certain extent, but nah, I don't think there's a lot of Graveborn unit that synergizes well with Niru for Battle Drills. So yeah, not that powerful. Who else not good? Yeah, I'm just gonna put Velen here. Like, I don't think you should train Velen in the first place. So like, even if this unit is okay to just faster, I mean like killing minions really, really fast, I don't think this unit is good for like pushing of the dungeons. It's not that strong. Yeah, you have better options out there. Brion's okay. Brion is like not the best, but I guess close. Good unit that you can use. Walker in terms of AoE. Yeah, I'm just gonna run through all the bad units first, so you guys know that what are the units that you shouldn't use for Battle Drill. Igor's never meant for, like, Igor same issue with Viperion, like he's a very PvP character, so not that good for this. And then Sylvina can do bossing because of the high burst, but like not a good character. Same thing for Salazzo. Yeah, it's like they can do it, but like just they're not that good. Yeah. Who else good for bossing? I think Florbell to a certain extent. Yeah, but the issue with Florbell, okay, Florbell maybe slightly higher, closer to the line, because I think Florbell is okay, but then like you have better options in terms of like doing bossing content or farming. So like I think she's closed, but like I guess I would say that she's bad, but she's just not the best. Just put her here, okay? I'll just put her really, really close to the middle, because like I think you won't really use Florbell for like Battle Drill to begin with. Like, Florbell's amazing for PvP, for AFK stage push, but not the best for Battle Drill. Maybe pushing side, okay, fine. I guess pushing side. Like, I don't see why you will use Floribel for bossing stuff. Yeah, Danny's bad. Yeah, because like I mentioned earlier, I think if you go by the idea of you need survival, Danny and Entendra's okay, but like the idea of Battledrill is to just do damage. So these two units loses out a lot because they can't do damage. I think that's all the bad units. I mean, Brutus is also okay, but I think generally Brutus is not like a good unit to use for Battledrill. Yeah, same issue with Entendra, but I think Brutus has this debuff ability, so Brutus in general is okay. Rowan, okay, Rowan is in a really tight spot in a sense. Right now, I think Rowan's pretty bad. Like, I don't think Rowan offers much for the team because the NG regen is good, but now the team just does so much damage that you want to stack up all the different buffs and synergy. So I guess I'll put Rowan there for AoE like and pushing related stuff, but just not really good. Yeah. I think that's that. Right, okay, Faye is okay, but like I think you just have like better healers, right? You just have better healers out there, so I don't think Faye is by any means not usable. But then again, first of all, same thing as Velen, you probably won't be investing in Faye, right? Probably won't be investing in Faye. So chances are, if you invested in her just for Battledrills, you will be quite disappointed, right? So that's why I put her in a bad side. So you guys don't invest in her because she can be used, right? She has heal, she has attack speed, she has debuff, which is okay for bossing stuff, also okay for pushing. But then again, you have better options out there, so that's why she's here. I think that's all the not that good unit. Okay, Hewin. I guess, okay, first of all, I think Hewin is definitely a good character, right? But let's just change it. Not that usable. Yeah, because people will be like, hey, what? Hewin's a damn good character. Yeah, Hewin's a good character, but like, I think the idea of Battledrills is not suitable for Hewin. Like, first of all, it's a very defensive character. So if you have no issue surviving, then Hewin has, like, if you say, okay, if you have issues surviving, I think Hewin's also like good, you know, both for bossing as well as pushing. But like, if you have no issue surviving, then Hewin's like probably not a good choice to use for Battledrill because like she doesn't offer much to give you more damage. Yeah, neither is she a damage dealer, so that's that. Yeah, so a lot of units in the list, I feel that they are okay, but then like they're just better options out there, which I think you can definitely use. Irons, okay, never mind. Let me finish up the not good list first, and then we'll come back to the the meta units. So where's my Iron? Oh yeah, Iron slotted here. So I'm gonna just put Iron on top because Iron's obviously the king of AoE. Okay. Let's see. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, there are a lot of good options for bossing. I think I kind of want to put AK. I kind of want to put Almus, yeah, here, because Almus is good with Iron for the control, but Almus is never really a unit for Battledrill. Like it's more for that control element. So in Battledrill, similar issue with Danny as well as Entendra. If you have no issue surviving, you have no room for using Almus in the first place. So that's why Almus is there. So Hewin, Almus, Danny, they're all superb units everywhere else for survival, but the idea of Battledrill is you doing as much damage as possible. So if you have issues surviving, then you can use them in your team, but if you have no issue surviving, then they are not that good for this game mode. So that's why I put Almus there. Anyway, you're not going to use Almus for bossing. You can't control the boss at all. Yeah, so I guess that's that. That's that, I guess. Oh yeah, I'm gonna put Dino here, because like some people argue that Dino's an amazing pusher and bosser. I don't deny that. Like with the Celestial Hypogean tag to this unit, I think this unit does a lot of damage. But then again, you're not investing in this guy for Battle Drill, because this guy is more PvP centric, like a late game really powerful character there. But like this unit kinda like, you know, can do AoE pushing, but then like if you invest in him just for AoE pushing, it's pretty like wasted in terms of resource. You have better options out there. Yeah, so that's that. Okay, so I think Dino's close to the middle, because like I think both sides Dino can perform, but like I don't think he's like a good option that you should be using for your team. Yeah. Okay, so now I think that's pretty much it, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Okay, so those are the... Okay, I'm just gonna put Soren here. Yeah, I think Soren is like okay, but like I mean, yeah, I think the issue with Soren now is this unit is meant for AoE. He does a lot of AoE damage, and the thing is why he's there somewhere in the middle, more towards the not that usable side, is probably because like this unit is going to be like overshadowed by the likes of Elsa as well as Odie. So you have better options up there that like I think he's somewhere in the middle for the pushing side. I won't be using him for bossing because I don't think Soren's like meant for bossing. His kit is very AoE centric, so he does have some use for AoE pushing, but I won't say that he's good. So somewhere in the middle line, to be fair to him, so he's somewhere here. Okay, so same thing for Dino. I think Dino's like somewhere in the middle, more for pushing. Yeah, like for bossing side you just have way better options, so that's why I don't recommend, like I don't think you should be doing that in the first place. Yeah, so that's I guess the not so good unit, I guess. Yeah, Lucius. Okay, Lucius is like somewhere in the middle. I'll say like Lucius more towards not that usable, because right now you can use Lucius for I'll put the two of them here. Okay, so they are still more towards the not that usable part. So for Lucius case, now you got a Heart of Unity buff and you have the shielding. So in certain niche situations you can definitely use Lucius for the buffs, as well as the additional layer of shields to protect yourself from certain mechanics. But Lucius kit is also not meant for damage dealing or boosting your damage, so I'll just put him slightly down there. Not the like extreme non-usable like Sylvina, Khafra as well as Salazzle, but like I think you have better options, so that's why he's here. Yeah, I guess that's that. I think Lyca's okay. Yeah, Lyca's okay for both. There is a team that Lyca can run, so that's fine. Seth. Okay, Seth is close to usable. Seth is close to usable because Seth is ran in melee teams, especially with the Mauler setups itself. But then like I think in terms of damage output, you have better options, right? Yeah, Seth is a tough one because I do use Seth myself, but I genuinely think like compared to like for example the likes of Vala, I don't think he's that good. Yeah, like Vala's definitely here for bossing. Vala does a lot of damage, but Seth, questionable, right? I guess Seth is on the passing line. Yeah, and you can also run Seth for the pushing stages, but like I think he's like not that like good, you know. So that's why I think just put in the middle, somewhere in the like, it's like okay, you can use him, but like you have better options up there. So Shakir's for bossing for sure. Yes, Shakir's definitely for bossing. Arden AoE King on top for sure for pushing. Carolina, same thing, but actually Carolina's really close to the middle as well. Yeah, Carolina's like insane. I'll put Elsa here because I think Elsa is pretty well rounded in terms of like battle drill. Okay, so Smokey's definitely there. Odie's definitely there. Carolina definitely close, but Carolina's like more like I think more of a pusher, more of a dungeon unit together with Iron and Arden over being a bosser. But right now I think with Lily May's inclusion, this unit might be a good single target damage dealer as well. So that's why, yeah, I'm just gonna put this unit close here. So if you're in the middle, you are like cream of the crop, like the best of the best. Kruger's definitely for bossing, the amazing debuff, very powerful character here. So that's why that's that. Sisia. Okay, Sisia subjective, but I think for battle drill itself, you can definitely use Sisia to clear through the dungeons. Once you get the ultimate off, I think she does her job pretty well. Obviously not the best, but I think definitely okay for most free-to-play and beginner players to just clear through your initial stages in terms of the farming. And then once you get all the stronger units, like for example the better AoE, the better bossing unit, then Sisia can be replaced in terms of the usage. I think Taelin's amazing for both. I'll just put Taelin in the middle as well. Yeah, kind of want to talk about her just now, but it slipped my mind, so I just put her here. Coco's pretty darn amazing, somewhere in the middle. Okay, because this unit gives you a lot of, I'll say, like survival in terms of being a good unit, right? In terms of being good for bossing, right? With the damage reduction, and in terms of surviving as well as damage boost to do more damage. And in like the normal pushing stages, the damage reduction might not be as mega impactful, but I think it is still usable, right? Like if you want to survive better, you did rather use Coco over the likes of Danny and Tendra in most cases, because like she offer more offensive prowess, more offensive buff for the team other than just keeping you alive. Yeah, I think Morale's okay. Morale's a AoE pretty dope. Yeah, Morale's there, up there, I think. Okay, obviously not the best, but I think definitely usable. Reese. Yeah, this unit is more towards the AoE side, but you can use this unit for bossing as well. I've seen this unit do a lot of damage, so that's that. Brion's okay. Brion, I guess somewhere in the middle. Yeah, similar to Seth. Like if you have the team, I think Brion's okay. Okay, Brion's okay. So that's for the Brion rating itself. And then Lyca's also somewhere in the... Actually no, I think Lyca's pretty decent. Being a buffer for the team, I think she does a lot of damage AoE wise, and she does have debuffs going for her. So Lyca's okay, but like you have better damage dealers, right? So I think I'll put Lyca here because the ultimate does a lot of damage and provides the debuff. Barrow's definitely a decent pusher. The Zoo team together with Florabelle. So I'll put the Zoo units together so you guys can see like why they are okay. Because Zoo team is decent for content pushing to begin with. So that's why Barrow, Cecile as well as Florabelle, they are all okay. Ludovic. Okay, Ludovic is really good now, I think, because Ludovic is a healer, but he does damage. But then is he considered a bossing character? I guess so, more towards the bossing side. Yeah, I think Ludovic's pretty darn good right now. The heal and the damage, I think the damage is the more impactful one. Yeah, this unit's damage is actually pretty decent for a healer, so that's that. Damien. Okay, Damien, I'll put Damien somewhere in the middle because I do use Damien myself, but I don't think Damien's that good of a battle drill character. Yes, provides heal, yes, provides haste, but then there are better units out there that does his job a lot better, but definitely usable, so that's why he's in the middle of the pack. Citrana's definitely more of a bossing character. Magical team, right? Similar. Basically, she goes with Odie as well as Elsa to form like this magical burst. So I will put her more towards the bossing side than the AoE side. Parisa's pretty darn decent though. So Parisa is like Carolina. She can be a bossing unit and she also can be a farming unit, pushing unit, but I think generally she's better there. I think Torrent's definitely a better bosser with the current season buff. So Torrent somewhere in the middle, I guess. So yeah, Torrent has a debuff that, you know, helps your first of all, Torrent does damage, right? So means that, you know, you can use him for like your pushing with the counter Q, you do damage, you kill the enemies there. And second of all, you can protect an ally. Third of all, you can debuff. And right, these units have multiple lives, so if you have issues surviving, Torrent should be your go-to unit. At least in the middle, right? Like you can do both with him. Like he might not be the strongest tank like Fresto, but I think I'll say he's a second best tank right now in the game. So that's why he is here. Corrin's definitely a bosser. Yes, Corrin's always have been a bosser, always will be. Thermasia is arguable. I think Thermasia can be a pretty good like AoE pusher, but I think I'll put Thermasia more towards the bossing side. Yeah, because Thermasia's used with the light bearer the most, as well as melee teams for bossing with the debuff and stuff. And then for Scarlita, I think Scarlita's okay. I use Scarlita myself. I don't think Scarlita's that good for Battle Drill. I could be wrong, because like the hammer does pretty well for hammering. So I'll put Scarlita here. Yeah, more towards the farming side, but I do see some use for Scarlita in terms of bossing as well, for the buffs as well as the true damage, but more towards the AoE, because the hammer as well as the multiple AoE skills makes her a pretty good clearing unit. And same thing, right? Because if you need survival, you won't be using Danny and Tendra, right? You will be using Scarlita for the shielding on your ally, and then when she comes down, she can be the carry. So that's why I think she's somewhere on top in terms of the AoE pushing side. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this Battle Drill ratings, right? So to conclude this, in terms of the units that you really want to develop for Battle Drills itself, the units will be on top. I think the units on the middle line is also okay for developing. I think they are not the best option, but they are definitely usable in like all the different situations and the different teams that you can form with them. Basically, units that are at the bottom, they're just not meant for Battle Drills, or you just have way better options that you don't want to use them. So I think somewhere along the line of Soren and Diurnal, you can definitely use them, right? So somewhere in the middle line, I guess you can definitely run them for your teams. And if you want like the best units for Battle Drill, you want units which are like the cream of the crop in terms of doing what they want to do, right? You want to go for the units on top. So if you want the most versatile units that are really good for both bossing as well as your normal pushing stages, then they are the ones in the middle, because they do both really well. And I think to a certain extent, they are like the top tier units in the Battle Drill side, because you don't have to switch them every now and then. Very flexible character. But if you're somebody who actually like focuses more towards like one side, then the bossing side probably the way to go for you if you're somebody who focuses on the bossing. And then the AoE side is probably where you can develop if you're somebody who goes after like the normal dungeons pushing for your guild itself. So that's it for this video, right? Thank you very much for tuning in. Do remember to like, subscribe to see more, and I'll see you guys again in my next video. Bye guys.